Hi, welcome to Abuse on Men. First of all, thank you so much for all of your comments, the likes, and I'm also delighted to have reached 200 subscribers. It's really good to see that that it's helping people. Please do continue to share and like and subscribe. The more awareness, it helps drive awareness and so that other people who need help and support can find it. So thank you very much, and I really hope the community will continue to grow and provide more support and education, which I really think is lacking in this area with men, unfortunately. So this video is basically about how abuse changed me. If I compare myself to the person I was before I got into the abusive relationship to the person I now am 2 years after the relationship, I came up with 5 things. I think a couple are negative in a way and 3 are positive. It took me a long time to write and think about this video, simply because it's really hard to look in the mirror and accept, for me to accept, that the abuse changed me, particularly in a negative way, for those 2 things. It hurts a lot to think that that someone's actions caused you to fundamentally change, and you can't go back to who you were before. And while some of those things are positive, there are a couple of things which are obviously negative, which makes it upsetting. So the first one is basically when I get freaked out, when I get triggered by something, how I react, the fact that I react. This never existed before. I never used to get triggered by anything or nothing regarding these things, let's put it that way. So let me give you a few examples. So I recently went for dinner with a friend of mine who was having a bad day, and she wasn't being communicative. She was sitting there in silence. She was pretty miserable. I think she blamed me for some small thing that, has didn't mean anything, like being 5 minutes late or something like this. And that silence and bad energy and her being upset with me a little bit and just not communicating basically put me back to when I was with my ex, my abuser, in that situation, when she would often be mad at me and sit there in silence and play the victim. And so maybe it's PTSD that I have that brings me back into that situation in that moment, that trauma. And also, if someone blames me for no reason, like being 5 minutes late, for example, and I know that it's, it doesn't mean anything, and it's, the punishment doesn't deserve the crime, that also triggers me. And so the way that it triggers me, which I think is the other side of it, is that I basically I try and make up for it. So I try to lighten the mood, or try and make the other person smile or laugh, or try and overcompensate for the silence, etc. But if the person basically doesn't have any of it and wants to really make it my problem and blame me in a way, then that really sets me into a spiral of rhetoric, which I would never have done before, never have considered before. But because I have all those phrases stuck in my head from my abuser, or times with my abuser, they just run off my tongue so quickly and so easily. And those things are, for example, saying, well, I'm really sorry, I didn't know, it's all my fault, you know, you deserve so much better, I don't know why I said it, I don't know why I did it, I'm a terrible person, you know, I don't know why you're friends with me, you could, you know, you don't deserve someone like me. All of these phrases, which sound absolutely crazy, you know, to repeat them, but in that moment, it's when someone goes for me or basically blames me for something and won't give up, or silent, etc. I can reel off that rhetoric very quickly, better than I can now. Yeah, it's something that I never had before, and that is something that I have now. And I think as time goes on, I'll be able to control it more and be in the moment more, and it won't affect me so much. I'll be able to pause. But this is definitely something that lives with me right now. The second thing is confidence. And I think confidence is the biggest thing that really affects me adversely. And that is that for the last 2 years since the abuse, I really have lacked confidence massively in talking to people, talking to strangers, talking to girls. I'm not myself. I play it very safe. I avoid uncomfortable situations, or I just don't feel, I suppose, good about myself. And I think that was one of the main reasons why I grew my hair. I grew my hair for about 18 months, 21 months maybe. And actually I think I did it because I didn't actually want to meet anyone. I wanted to make myself as unattractive as possible. And only in the last, I think 8 weeks, 6 weeks, no, maybe less, 5 weeks, I cut my hair. And I've noticed that since I cut my hair, and also since I was on a holiday as well, and it's been 2 years, that confidence that I for so long lacked has started to really flow back now, and I feel very, very good at the moment. But that confidence really drained out of me, basically because you're told all the time in the abusive relationship how worthless you are, how wrong you are, how you don't know anything, how you can't survive without them. So it takes a long, long time to build that up again. I actually think the growing the hair thing was quite good in a way, because once I cut it, I was instantly confident in a way. Like it was almost like I had a new face. I felt good about myself instantly. That kind of shock, instant reaction when I was ready for it helped a lot. Number 3 is analysing and being aware. So I would never analyse or be aware of abusive situations before. This is a positive thing. I would go and talk to people, be friends with people, be in, I would say friendships with work colleagues, etc., and just accept people who they were and not really try and second guess or think about why they act in the way they act. But now, I would say it's changed. Two areas of it changed me a lot was One was at work. About 6 months after my abusive relationship ended, I realised that my manager at work was very, very abusive towards me, and trying to change my reality, trying to manipulate me. Lots of bad things, and I'd actually been working for this manager for 2 years prior, and because I was so aware of abuse after my relationship with my ex ended, I was able to spot exactly something that wasn't quite right with my manager at work. My old manager, obviously don't work there anymore, and that really that was really good, because it really showed that I understood the abuse and I wasn't standing for it anymore. And I also saw that those abusive behaviours were happening even during my time with my ex, the ones with my manager. But after I understood everything and it became clear that my manager was abusive, I wasn't standing for it anymore. I identified it, and that was it, and I left. So being aware has helped me a lot. And then I suppose in dating, it's and with friendships, but particularly dating, it's definitely made me much more self-aware of people. I'm so much more aware of the red flags that could be unhealthy or at worst abusive. When I'm aware of those red flags, I don't cut the dating or with that person or the friendship immediately, because it's only an indication that it could be a bad thing. It doesn't mean that it is. And I'm just aware of it in the moment. And then as time progresses and the friendship or relationship grows, I'm then, just checking with myself to see if it's okay still, if it's not okay, if there's more things that are red flags, if those other red flags that I thought were red flags have disappeared or not. So it really helps me with that. And then I suppose the third point in regards to the awareness and analysis is that I'm able to help other people as well with their troubles and their confusion about certain relationships or friendships, or with their managers or bosses that they may have, to basically help them see what is right and what isn't, and what could be potentially harmful to them. The fourth thing is that I am way more focused on happiness than I've ever been, and equally less focused on striving, and as a result, I'm not pushing myself as much. Now, I suppose you could see this in a positive and a negative way. I actually see it as completely positive, because my main goal in life now is to just be happy and to live a happy life and focus on being happy. Whereas before it was very much focused on striving to be to earn more money, be higher up in a company, have more friends, go out more, whatever it was, be better at sport. Now I understand none of this matters. The only thing that really matters is just to be happy in the moment, be happy with who you are, be happy with the people you spend your time with, and be happy with what you're doing in your life. It doesn't mean you have to be the best or strive or earn or all of these things to push yourself. Just being happy is enough. So that's something I'm definitely taken or changed as a result. And the fifth thing is patience and understanding. I like to think I was patient before and understanding. I do think I was, but I do know that I lacked patience in some instances. I also remember if I didn't eat, I'd get very angry or hangry, as they say, or impatient to do things. I find myself, I don't even notice those times anymore. I don't notice times where I'm impatient to leave somewhere because I've been there too long. I notice times where I've been impatient to go and eat because I'm starving, or I find that I'm more patient with people, I'm more understanding of people and situations than I've ever been. It's as if I understand that all of these things don't matter and don't hurt me, and they're therefore not as uncomfortable as they might have been. And equally, I understand other people's pain and what might have hurt them, or why they might be how they are, and I don't blame them for that, or don't judge them for that. So equally, I often find myself telling people, yeah, it's normal to be like that, it's normal to feel like that, it's normal to think like that, because when we're confused or unhappy or feel at odds, we feel that we're different, or we're out of sorts, or we're not doing things in the right way. So reassurance, when I say that, it provides a lot of reassurance to people, makes them feel normal, makes them feel that they're okay. I think it's like a doctor, that when you go to a doctor and you feel like you're not okay, and you go to the doctor and the doctor says, you're actually fine, it's just a 24-hour bug, or you're fine, just sleep it off, and then all of a sudden you're fine, psychosomatic. I think it's the same thing. So I'm way more understanding with people. I hope that made sense, by the way. But I'm way more understanding, way more patient, and yeah. So those are essentially the 5 things of how I changed. I'm not saying that they're going to be the 5 things of how you might change, but like I said, it took me a long time to think about what these were. It's really hard to look in the mirror and see how you may have changed for the positive and the negative. But, you know, if I really think through them all, none of them are really that bad. They just need to, the 2 things that were negative just need to be worked on: confidence and triggers and spiraling rhetoric. The awareness and analysis is good. Being focused on happiness is good. Patience and understanding is good. So I feel okay with it. But you know, I feel I guess lucky that this is all I have, or maybe just all that I'm willing to be aware of that I have. But I hope it gives you some insight, and maybe helps you in some way to identify things that may need to be, of how to help yourself if you're if you've just come out of an abusive relationship, or struggling to get back to who you once were. So please post in the comments, you know, what you feel, what you think, how it might have changed you, if you found it helpful, if there are other videos that you'd like me to make. Also, please do post that. I'm always looking for ideas of how to help others, and help you. So be safe, and thank you.